know I do to make it through the times we had. I see it now, I see it now.
Hello and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Misa. I do makeup uploads every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I love everything complexion, so I am a foundation fanatic, concealer fanatic, setting powders, setting sprays, blushes, bronzers, you name it. That is kind of my specialty here. So if that intrigues you at all, please go ahead and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. If you're interested to see how I get this look today, then go ahead and keep on watching. To start with a primer. I've been kind of working around with different primers a lot lately, and this is a Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil. I've actually been using it quite a bit in all my videos because it's just right here where I film, and it's very hydrating. I did put on some SPF earlier, like an hour ago. Anyway, I'm on the cusp of tomorrow. I need to wash my hair. It's been a few days. You can always just kind of tell when it's ready, it's there, but I only let my hair air dry, so I have to wait till tomorrow morning. I am getting ready. My husband and I, we are going on a date. We are going golfing, and it has been it's been a few months since we've gone on a date just because we moved. We no longer have a babysitter. The foundation I'm going in with today, I really want to try this Revlon Candid Glow again. I tried it in one of my videos trying new drugstore makeup. I know my first impressions, I was like, I don't know about this. So I feel like I'm really gonna go in. I know it's a lighter shade for me, like holy cow. I don't know. I think I should mix this actually. Here we go. I don't think I've ever purchased a shade so light. I was so off. So I'm going to mix it with this L'Oreal Lumi. The L'Oreal Lumi, this shade is too dark for me, so it'll be a perfect mixture of both, and I guess we just will never know how well this works on its own. I do feel like the glow is fighting mixing a little bit. Maybe I'll mix it on my hand first. Let's do that. I had one of you in the comments down below recommend to mix a couple of foundations that might not work for me and see how it goes. That is what I am doing, and so I love when you guys give me advice, suggestions. Okay, that's working out a lot better. L'Oreal Lumi is definitely one of my favorite drugstore foundations ever. It's amazing for dry skin. It leaves the most beautiful finish. I usually apply it with a sponge just because I feel like the glow and the luminosity of it is gorgeous. Going in with concealer next. This is the Revlon Candid Concealer. I'm not too familiar with this concealer, so I've been really trying to use it a lot more and to just kind of gain some perspective on it. And this is in the shade, it's just 30. I'm gonna lighten up. So we're going golfing. Did I already say that? We're going golfing. I finally got my first set of golf clubs. You could say my husband's very excited about this. He's just, it's so funny. I'm holding the club in my hand out on the range, and he's like, he looks at me with different eyes. It's like, well, gee, I would have started this a lot earlier. Just kidding. So I'm just excited to kind of get good. I mean, this is what I tell myself. I'm only 30 years old. I have literally years. I feel like I have a good 40, 50 years to cultivate any talents I want to cultivate. I mean, especially 30s. I'm like, my 30s are going to be some of the most memorable years of my life. Can you relate? Do you feel the same way? I feel like my 20s was a lot of uncertainty for me. I didn't have a huge self-confidence, big self-esteem, and then something happened once you start having kids, and then especially over these last couple years, I've really stepped into my own. I'm confident. I feel like if I have a passion, I should chase it. I invite you to do the same. Every single day is so precious, and you might as well be doing it, trying to better yourself, trying to help others. You know, if you help yourself, you're gonna be able to help so many other people as well. Okay, I do feel like the concealer went on really, just blended out beautifully. I wanted to do some cream contour. I do have a video on my whole cream contour routine, and I'll have it just linked down below. This darker shade in Tarte Shape Tape when they were doing a sale. And I just like to chisel out some areas. I love doing this during the summertime. I mean, I wouldn't even say this is a cream contour more than just like a cream bronzer, because I didn't go really cool toned. If I feel like I've brought too much product on my cheek, I'll just bring it up where I do regularly apply bronzer as well. And then if you feel like have you gone too low, if the product is just going too low, you can always go back in with your normal concealer. I just love how dewy and bronze that looks. As I've really been trying to push myself and reach my goals, right now my number one goal is to get monetized on YouTube. So that entails reaching 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. With my watch time, I'm about a quarter of the way there, and subscribers, guys, I'm almost halfway there, which I am so excited about, and I appreciate all of your support. All of a sudden, everything's warm toned. I just feel like this looks very hydrating, right? It looks very hydrating. I'm gonna go in with this Maybelline Fit Me setting powder. I have the shade Light. I initially thought I got too dark of a shade. I still kind of think I got too dark of a shade, if I can even open it. Okay, I'm just going in very lightly with this little brush. Definitely does apply. It's too tinted for me, but the formula feels really nice. If I wasn't doing a full face of makeup, I wouldn't worry too much about setting foundation because I really like the look and the dewiness it brings in. I'm doing a full face today, which means I like to set everything because going in with bronzer, I don't want anything to catch on the cream product. I am going to go in with the Carly Bible times Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. This is actually on sale right now for $22. I think they're trying to clear out their inventory. So if you've been in the market, want to kind of check it out, I did a tutorial on this before. Then I will have it linked down below. I'm just going in with the color Chai with this big fluffy brush. Is M441 by Morphe. Just putting that in my crease. I just have a go-to eye look with every palette. I like to use a nice warm brown in the crease. I might just add some, you know, a deeper, more depth to the outer corner. And then if I'm really feeling like I want to go out of the box, I will apply glitter on the center of my lid. On the outer corners, I'm gonna go in a little bit darker and use this shade called Bible with the same brush. I'll come back to the eyes. I want to do my brows really fast though. I purchased this Brow Contour Pro a few months ago and I just haven't been using it that much. The only con I'd say is there's no spoolie, so if you want to soften anything up a little bit, you're gonna have to go in with another spoolie. For bronzer, I'm going to go in with my Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette with this middle shade right here. I'm using this big fluffy goat haired brush by Morphe. It's M527. I have a few of these just because they really are just great all over bronzing brushes. They're really light. They do shed a little bit. I always like to bring my bronzer right underneath my jawbone just to create some kind of shadowing. I just want to do a little bit of cleanup underneath my eyes, and I'm going to do that with the same palette, Kat Von D palette, and I'm just going to take this shade right here and pretty much out of the two shades that I use the most. Let's go in with some blush. I'm going in with this Patrick Ta She Sincere Monochrome Moment Blush. I have been impressed with this. I got it during the Sephora VIB sale. It just gives you like this really beautiful warm wash color. If I can find a blush brush, that is. Okay, I found one. I just like to use one of these fan brushes a lot of the times for blush. I feel like it doesn't add anything too heavy and you can really target areas. Like for me, I really like to put blush on the apples of my cheeks. And then it just kind of gets right snug in there and it just leaves a beautiful light dusting. And this is a great technique, especially if you're using a blush that's more pigmented or anything like that. For highlight, I'm going to go in with this Revlon Skin Lights highlighter. Beautiful, subtle. If you're not someone that likes a beaming highlight, this one would be for you. I just take a little bit of that on my finger, and this is in the shade Twilight Gleam. I'm gonna go down the bridge of my nose, just lightly, on the tip of my nose, and then on my Cupid's bow. And then sometimes I'll even put this on my inner corner, just depending on what kind of look we're going for. And then to apply this on cheeks, I recommend using a more of a synthetic brush. I'm gonna go in with this blush brush by Real Techniques, just because I feel like with the goat haired brush, it just doesn't make a huge impact. But this is just your most beautiful subtle wet skin highlight. Last few steps, I'm gonna go in with my lip product right now because after I put on my setting spray, I feel like this doesn't stick on as well. This is the Sugar SPF Lip Tint in the shade Petal. Really pretty, just this beautiful muted pink. I do think Burt's Bees sells something very similar, has SPF tinted. I need to go check that out because if it's a fraction of cost. Going in with one of my favorite setting mists is the Anastasia Dewy Set. My hair is super crazy. I'm gonna have to put it up. I haven't figured out how I'm going to. I am not gifted in the hair department. It's either up, it's down. I tried doing space buns once. I mean, a little comical. Last but not least, I'm going in with mascara, L'Oreal Double Extend. Voila! Completed! I feel like my skin looks really dewy, really hydrated. I just love this subtle eye look for today. I really do. So wish me luck golfing. I'm going to need all the luck in the world. And don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!